Hi, I'm Ian M. Roundtree here at the Modern Earth offices with Ryan Caligiuri, who I've just handed off my second copy of The Now Revolution by Jay Baer and Amber Naslund to. Now, Ryan, why don't you introduce yourself, talk a little bit about what you do.
Sure. Well, my name's Ryan Caligiuri. I'm from Winnipeg, Manitoba, and I work with Imaginet. I'm the Director of Marketing with Imaginet, a local Winnipeg company, but I'm also the Your Business Global Mail columnist. I've been doing that for about 2 years now.
Excellent. So now, I picked you as the winner because I really liked your comment about the hashtag charities. For people who maybe are not as familiar with the entire scope of what happens on Twitter, there's this thing that happens every so often where people, businesses, Red Cross did this, I believe, after the earthquake last year. They'll set up a hashtag and say, hey, if you tweet on this hashtag, we'll donate such and so many dollars to a charity. Now, that was specifically a nonprofit thing, but where do you see that applying to what businesses can do with social media and with Twitter and new communication mechanisms?
Right, and I think there's a lot of things that we could ask ourselves, and especially in this time, there's a lot of tools at our disposal. So whether you're a digital marketer, a direct marketer, a social media marketer, I think we need to ask ourselves the question, how do we as professionals use our knowledge, use the tools that we have to bring more advantage to specific causes, help certain different types of people, right? Support our communities. So social media now plays in that role, right? We can ask how direct response marketing does that, how advertising does that, so how social media does that. Well, social media is a great opportunity for us to connect with a large group of people around the world, because that's what social media does. It makes the world a smaller place. So it gives us a greater opportunity to connect with people, to share our message, and I think that's really how we need to use it. Now, a lot of people will say, well, how specifically do you use it, right? And that's why I love the hashtag. But what else can we do? That I don't know. That, that's where it comes from, asking the question, right? Understanding the strategy and then figuring out how we can use the tactic to our advantage.
For sure. Now, you've been doing this for a couple of years, of course. You've clearly got a history with Imaginet now and Protegra in the past, and you talked a little bit about the world shrinking. I think that really applies to the idea of this compression, the now revolution thing happening. Everything's kind of getting closer together. We're seeing a lot of what amounts to zero distance marketing. Mm-hmm. Where did that come from, as far as you can tell? You see that progression as you go through it, but was there a really clear tipping point where this happened? Was it Twitter? Was it Facebook? Has there just in the last few years been something that you can point at all, if at all, mm-hmm. That really has made the difference between we have the short communication distance and the zero communication distance between, right, whether it's B2B, B2C, whatever? Is there a tipping point you can point at, or is it just something that seems to be coming together from a lot of different angles?
I think it's more along those lines. I mean, we look at how we can build stronger interconnectivity with our marketplace, right? With our marketplace, learn from our community. And so there's been a lot of opportunities where we have done this. Forums is really where I started to see this, right? This interconnectivity where it's starting to make the world a smaller place. But it was difficult to connect with people on forums because they didn't really have a personality. You couldn't really connect with people. It was more or less you and I knew each other. We built a forum, and so we started to get connected. But now we can go and look inside the world of other people that we don't know, right? So for example, you look at Jay Baer. I don't know who Jay Baer is, but I've heard of him, and now I can connect with him, right? Mm-hmm. So it took it that extra step, and really, I think social media is that step, right? I mean, I'm not saying anything new here, but Facebook and Twitter, I mean, those tools were really, I think, the tipping point where people have been able to connect with one another and really learn from one another. And I think that's probably, for me, where I've really seen it. It'd be interesting to see if anyone else has any other different thoughts on that, though.
Fantastic. Well, I look forward to hearing what you think about the book once you've read it.
Absolutely.
I'll put in the notes. You can connect with Ryan at his website or on Twitter, and we will talk to you again later.
You betcha. Thank you, Ian.
Thanks for coming out, Ryan.
Appreciate it.